بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. We are going to continue the rulings of Manasik al-Hajj, and we reach the ruling number 116. So ruling number 116, it is about conditional Hajj, like you are hiring someone based on condition. And the condition is to choose a certain route for Hajj. For example, people, they like to go from Medina, okay? And he said that you have to go from Medina. If I pay you for Hajj, it's $15,000, because 10,000 is Hajj and 5,000 is pocket money. So you have to choose the route of Medina, okay? That means choose the route of Medina. What happens? He did not choose the route of Medina. He went to Juhfa. He arrived in Jeddah airport. He went Juhfa, or he just made Ihram bin Nadr from Ihram via through vow and went into Makkah. So he missed the condition or the requirement. So he was required. Now this kind of required can be based on two type of aspects. Aspect number one, condition. Aspect number two, part and parcel. What does that mean? If I'm going to give you this money to perform Hajj, because my condition is that go through Medina al-Munawwara, enter the state of Ihram in Masjid al-Shajara in Medina al-Munawwara. That was condition. Other aspect is no, segmental aspect. What's a segmental aspect? Based on segment. So he said, I want you to go and perform the Hajj, like on behalf of my parents or somebody, or on my behalf if I was, God forbid, sick or something like that. So I gave him this to perform the Hajj on my behalf. But if you go through Medina, I'll pay you 2,000 extra. So the condition was, go through Medina, I'll pay you 2,000 extra. He did not make condition that the contract is based on condition that you go through Medina. Here he said, if you go through Medina, then I will give you. So it was partial agreement. So we have Hajj and we have the route. So two different agreements. Okay. There, no. The entire thing is, I'm making a condition. So the first was conditional hiring. The second one was what? Partial. So now let's say if he did not go through Medina al-Munawwara, okay, he just came to Jeddah, went to Juhfa, or no, even not Juhfa, he just came and took did Nadr, because going Juhfa is 200 kilometers north and then coming back to 50 kilometers, something like that. 200 going, 200 coming down kilometers, about 400 kilometers of a route away from the route of Makkah. So if we see this is Makkah, this is Jeddah. Juhfa is this one. So if you come to Jeddah, straight 70 kilometers and you are in Makkah. But if you want to perform like followers of Sayyid al-Khoi, either they enter the state of Ihram from the flight, or no, they have to go all the way to Juhfa and then come back to Makkah. So it's like this, 200 and about 200. So let's say hypothetically, this is Makkah. So and Medina is here. So he said, going Medina and coming back or staying in Medina, let me just go Juhfa. Or no, let me just go Makkah. Because Medina is 400 kilometers from Makkah. So now we know that there are two aspects, conditional requirement and no, extra requirement with extra wages. So if he does not go to Medina and he just takes a different route than the route of Medina, then if it was conditional, the hiring contract is deleted. It's gone. The contract becomes null, or the person who hired has an option to carry on. Okay, so option to null is there. And the same thing here also, option to null is there. Do you remember I mentioned options to null the sale? If you go to the books of law, you'll find ulamas and maraja, they mention 10 or 11 options to null the sale. Like in Walmart, if you go, or any of these big departmental store, in 30 days, you have return policy. So in 30 days, you can bring the product back. Okay. So like in Walmart, for example, they are not giving me commissions, I'm making an advertisement for them. It's just an obvious example. They give you 90 days return policy. So option to null the sale. This in Arabic, we call it khiyar. Khiyar is also cucumber, and khiyar is also like ikhtiyar, option to null the sale. So there are 10 or 11 khiyarat, depends on the maraja. Okay. So one of the khiyar is, one of the options to null the sale is, if the condition was not met in the sale was based on certain condition. I want it on this condition, on this thing, on this date, on this kind of quality, this kind of packing. So if the condition is not met, so there's an option to null the sale or to continue the sale. So, and to make an agreement. So if you continue, you might be able to reach an agreement. Okay, I'm going to continue, but you say, or null the sale, give me my money back, take your product. This is option to null. And then there's khiyar taba'ad al-safaqa. This is called khiyar al-shart, option to null the sale due to violation of the condition. Khiyar taba'ad al-safaqa. That means agreement was fulfilled partially. The option to null due to the partial fulfillment of the agreement. So we have these two types of khiyarat. Here we are going to apply like these two types of khiyarat because we are hiring. So it's a trade and transaction. It's a transaction. You do this for me, I'll pay you. So it's under the chapter of trade and transaction. So this khiyarat can be applicable here. So what about that condition? The condition, the hirer, the one who hired this person, the representative who may hire the representative. So he has an option to either null the agreement totally or to carry on. Okay, khalas, mo mushkila. That no problem. Let's continue. That's fine. As long as you did the Hajj, it's finished. Or no, he will say, no, I wanted the Hajj from Medina and I was specific and I mentioned. And in spite of that, you go and do it from Jeddah or from Jaffa or somewhere else. Why didn't you do that? My condition was that. So our agreement is broken. Okay, agreement is broken, but this guy did some work, did some Hajj. So what about that? The work of Muslim is respected, as is one of the rules. Amal al-Muslim muhtaram. Or amal, any human being who does something for you, it is respected, you see. So al-amal al-Muslim, to respect he did something and he relieved the responsibility of the Hajj. The condition was not met, but the Hajj was done. You're relieved. The condition was not part of the validation or invalidation of the Hajj. It was part of validation or invalidation of the condition, okay, of the contract, hiring contract, because contract was hired based on this condition. So if condition not met, the contract gone, but the Hajj was done. So shouldn't we be respecting his effort? Yes, no problem. What do you say, Sharia? The Islamic law says that ujratul mithil. So you had told him, I'll give you 15. And the average for giving somebody, hiring somebody Hajj was 12,000. Okay. So we'll say, okay, 15, I'm not going to give you. I'm going to give you 12,000, which is the average rate of Hajj. Okay. So if the contract was based on a condition and that condition was not met, like this one, he did not go Medina. So what happens in this case? The one who hired can approve it. Khalas, carry on, no problem. You did Hajj, that's enough. Or no, he would say no. I want our agreement is cancelled. But he did some work. Okay, so we will not give him the 15,000 which we agreed upon, not the agreed upon. No, we will give him the, what they say, we will give him the average known wages in whoever goes normally. How much does he take charge? 12,000. Khalas, give him 12,000. 11,000, 11, not 15. 15, he doesn't get it. Okay. Unless if the average was 15, then that's fine. But let's say the agreed amount was more than the average amount. In this case, khalas, we go with the average amount. But if average and agreed amount was same, then we just give him the agreed amount, which is equal to average amount. Okay. So this is one aspect of the ruling. If it was based on condition. What if it was based on segmental hiring contract, that's segmented, like partial, okay? So part of, for Hajj, I'll give you 12,000. But if you do this part, I'll give you extra 3,000, 13,000, or let's say 3,000. Or let's say no, average was 12,000, 15,000 was agreed upon. And he said, see, if you go through Medina, I'll give you 2,000 extra. But 15,000 I'll give you. So average known is 12,000. Focus with me. How much is average? 12,000. And agreed upon is 15,000. And if he does Medina, 2,000. So Medina is not condition for the whole contract. Medina is an extra required thing, which will be paid extra for it. In this case, if he does not go Medina, he will not deserve the Medina part, but he will deserve the agreed upon, not average, the agreed upon. Because here he did not violation the condition of the contract. He just did not fulfill the extra thing which was required from him. So we will just give him the agreed upon, not ujrat al-mithl, agreed upon. Because that was agreed upon and this was extra, additional thing. So let's see what Sayyidi Sistani Damadullah says. إِذَا اسْتَأْجَرَ لِلْحَجِّ الْبَلَدِي. He hired somebody from his hometown. Okay, remember, the mirath, the inheritance is taken, the Hajj of inheritance is taken from the miqat. Okay, if you want to do it from hometown, you take it from the 1/3. You cannot take from the principal wealth. But here, you said, see, my friend, you know some closest friend, trustworthy, where I find somebody from Makkah here and there. I have this brother, mashallah, he's Arfani, he's spiritual, he's this and that. Let me send him. So he told him, see, I want you to, you are trustworthy, I want you to go, okay, and do the Hajj this month. So he hired from his hometown, okay, from his hometown. So he says, إِذَا اسْتَأْجَرَ لِلْحَجِّ الْبَلَدِي. If a person hires someone Hajj from the hometown, okay, وَلَمْ يُعَيِّنِ الطَّرِيقِ, and he did not specify, go from Medina, go from Makkah, go from this, condition this, extra part. He did not. He just left it open. كَانَ الْأَجِيرُ مُخَيِّرًا. The representative will have an option في ذلك, because nothing was specified. So the representative can choose any route he wants. Okay, this is segment number 1 of this ruling. Segment number 2, وَإِذَا عَيَّنَ طَرِيقًا. If he specifies a route, okay, if he specifies a route, لَمْ يَجُزُ الْعُدُولُ مِنْهُ لَا غَيْرًا. Okay, then he should not avert or change or switch from the appointed to the to his own choice. No, he appointed. Stick to the appointed. He told you from Medina, just go from Medina. Okay. وَإِذَا عَيَّنَ طَرِيقًا. Like our example, Medina. لَمْ يَجُزْ لَهُ الْعُدُولُ مِنْهُ إِلَى غَيْرِهِ. It will not be permissible for him to change it to other than that route. Okay. Not permissible. It will be sinner. The contract will become invalid. So before he invalidates the contract, he will mention two types of requirement. Okay, two types of requirement of the route. So, فَإِنْ عَدَلَ, if he switched, if he changed the route, وَأَتَى بِالْأَعْمَالِ, so he did the whole manasik al-Hajj. But where was the problem? The route was not the route which was required. So what should we do? What did he say? Option to null the sale or to carry on, to annul the contract or to carry on the contract. Okay. فإن كان اعتبار الطريق في الإجارة على نحو الشرطية دون الجزئية. So if the consideration taken into this hiring contract was based on shartiyya, shart, condition. So it was a conditional contract. So the route was conditioned that you have to go from Medina, do ihram from Medina and enter the state of ihram from Medina. Dun al-juz'iyya, without being an extra partial agreement. So he did not. So we have two options. That means option to null or to carry. So in both cases, be it you want to carry on, or be it you want to null the hiring contract. So if you null the hiring contract, you have to give him something. The guy has performed the Hajj. His work is respected. He worked. You hired him. He worked. We need to give him something. Yes, he was not according to what you wanted, but we need to give him something. We did the work, accomplished it. استحق الأجير تمام الأجرة. Okay. على نحو الشرطية دون الجزئية استحق الأجير تمام الأجرة. وكان للمستأجر خيار الفسخ. So if you carry on, the wording is a little bit mixed in. So let me break down the wording. So the first is you carry on the contract. You say, khalas, the agreed upon, this is the 15,000 we agreed, take it. Okay. This is the first segment. استحق الأجير تمام الأجرة. The one who was hired, okay, or the representative will deserve the entire agreed upon wages. تمام الأجرة. This is one. وكان للمستأجر خيار الفسخ. And this is the second. And the representative, okay, the representative or the client, he had, or the one who hired, he had an option to also null the contract. فإن فسخ وجعل أجرة المثل. So if you are going to invalidate the hiring contract or null the sale, then you have to go to Ujrat al-Mithil. You have to even give him something. So if you approve, give him the whole agreed upon wages. If you don't approve, and you say, why did you do that? I can't give you anything. So Sharia will tell you, wait. Did he do the Hajj? Yes. Did he complete the Amal? Yes. So you can't deprive him from his efforts. So you have to give him the average rate, average wages, okay? Which is, in our example, we said 12,000, okay, $12,000. So give him something, and that something is average, whatever is known. Yes, he doesn't deserve the 15,000 because you are not approving. So the hirer has an option either to carry on and give him 15,000 or to cancel the agreement because it's totally he did not fulfill the condition. So the whole contract can become invalid. So he has the option to invalidate the whole contract or to validate. If you validate it, give him the whole thing agreed upon. If you invalidate it, then give him at least the average of the work done. Okay? Based on the work of is respected. The work of the worker is respected. Okay. So this is part one, the conditional. So again, conditional contract. The route was not taken as it was conditioned in the contract. So the hirer has either to validate that contract and give him 15,000 as agreed upon wages, or invalidate it because it did not fulfill the condition. In that case, the person who did the Hajj, he will not deserve the agreed upon, he will deserve the average ujratul mithal. What about the second? Let's see if the condition was not, if the requirement was not made as a condition in the contract. وَإِنْ كَانَ اعْتِبَارُهُ, if the consideration of the requirement of the route, okay, was based on partial agreement. That means we have agreement of Hajj and agreement, say if you go, I'll give you extra, go through Medina. Here also, the hirer has an option to null, okay. فَإِنْ فَسَخَهُ استأجر الأجير أجرة المثل لما قام به من الأعمال دون ما سلكه من الطريق. So in this case, if he chooses to approve, خلاص, give him the 15,000 plus 2,000 of the Medina route, for example, okay? In our example, if you approve. So كان للمستأجر الفسخ أيضا. The hirer has an option to null the contract as well. فإن فسخ, if he chooses to invalidate it, if he chooses to break the contract because there was a part in the contract which was not fulfilled, استحق الأجير أجرة المثل لما قام به من الأعمال دون ما سلكه من الطريق. So remember, if he said that these are 15,000, 1,000 for doing from Medina, 1,000 for the tawaf, 1,000 for the this, 1,000. So whatever he did, we will give him not the agreed upon, whatever is average Hajj rate. Okay, lima qama bi, for whatever he performed. Duna ma salakahu min at-tariq. And we will not give him the part which was in compensation for the extra route of Medina. That we will not give him. But the other, we will just give him for everything he did, we will give him ujratul mithal, average wages or average rate. Okay. So that is if he does not approve, does not invalidates the contract, because the requirement was not fulfilled, because it was a complete package. Perform the Hajj, and everything you do, there you'll be compensated. And if you please go from Medina, so Medina was part and parcel of the package, but he did not do Medina. So that means the package, here we call it khiyar taba' of the safar. What does it mean? I ask you to I want to buy a car from you, and I had made certain requirements in the car. The spare tire, the belt, seat belt should be proper. It should have a hook of the trailer and this and that. So you brought me the car, new car, which was yours, okay, and you sold me, and then there was no hook to pull the trailer. So the agreement was fulfilled partially. We call it taba'adatis safaqa. So here the agreement was fulfilled partially. So now here I have an option to either take it without hook or tell him, no, khalas, I don't want it, because I want it complete, all or none concept, all or none. I wanted a complete car with that hook is included. If you do not give me that hook, okay, then the problem is that we have sorry. So if you do not give me the complete, then I have the right either to approve the sale of the car and it becomes mine, or either to tell you, no, give me my money back. I don't want your car. So this is called khiyar, option to null the sale due to the impartial partial fulfillment of the contract of sale. So here the same thing. So the whole package was the Medina, going to Medina was not conditioned, but it was in a package of Hajj. So if you go for Hajj, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Okay. So he did not complete, he did not fulfill the package. He did Hajj, but he did not use the route. So here, remember, don't get confused. Here, there was no condition. Here, there was a package. There's a package of Hajj, do these things, and he drew the map, the whole package, complete, and I'll give you this much amount. So in this case, whatever amal he does not do, and Hajj was valid, okay, not those essential amals, no. Some of those wajibat, which are not essential or not pillars of Hajj, not essential parts of Hajj. So Hajj is correct. So then I will have the right either to approve the contract. Khalas, we'll try to find out somebody to do the tawaf al-nisa or pelting the stone or pay penalty for their not staying in Mina. Some of the parts were not fulfilled, but essentials were done. So I can say we can approve, or I can say no, I want to invalidate the contract. فَإِنْ فَسَخَ اسْتَحَقَّ الْأَجِيرُ. So if he invalidates the contract, the one who was hired, okay, will deserve ujrat al-mithl. He will deserve the average rate. لِمَا قَامَ بِهِ مِنَ الْأَعْمَالِ. For whatever deeds he had done. For whatever deeds he had done. So if he did not, other than the route. So he did the deeds, we'll give him ujrat al-mithl. But he did not take the route which was in the package, we will not give him that money which comes in compensation for taking that route. Okay, so this was, we will give him for all the amal he did, but not for the route. We will not give him for the route. This is if he invalidates. وَإِن لَمْ يَفْسَخْ. If he does not invalidate, كَانَ لَهُ تَمَامَ الْأُجْرَةِ الْمُسَمَّى. If he approves, then you have to give him the whole thing, because it's the whole package agreement. So you know he did not do. If you want to approve, then give him the whole package. وَلَكِنْ لِلْمُسْتَأْجِرِ مُطَالَبَةُ بِقِيمَةِ مَا خَالَفُ فِيهِ مِنْ سُلُوكِ الطَّرِيقِ الْمُعَيَّنِ. So in this case, the only thing which will be exempt is going to be the route money. So what is the difference? If he nulls the sale, the person who did the amal, he will get money. If he approves the sale, he will get money. Both cases he will get money. Okay? Except for the part which he did not do. The difference is, if he chooses to null the sale, average wages, ujratul mithla, is given for whatever acts he did other than the route issue. So he will not be given to about the route money, but he will be given for every action, but ujratul mithl, average rate. And in the case of approval, you approved, khalas, give him the whole 15,000. So there it will be 12,000. In our example, we said 10,000 is the Hajj fare, 12,000 is average for hiring, 15,000 is like a good plus point, you see. So if he approves, that means he approves the contract. That means he approves the total amount, okay, without any exception. But the hirer is required. He can ask the one who hired the hirer can demand the amount of whatever he did not do, like he did not take this route, bin suluk al-tariq al-mu'ayyan, the specific route he was supposed to take, Medina, he did not take. Okay, return us this money only. So you take 15,000, but give us like 1,000, which was we had met, or 2,000. We said 17,000. 2,000 extra of Medina, just give it back to us. So again, in summary, if a person took a package of Hajj, in this package, the whole package was there, and he was also required to take the route of Medina as a package. But he did not do. There was no condition here. It was not condition. He did not do. He performed the Hajj. So here we have two options. Either null the hiring contract invalidate it, null the contract. So what will happen here? Then everything he did, he will deserve Ujratul Mithil. So he'll get 12,000 if he completed the Hajj. And he will not get the agreed upon 15,000, and he will not get the Medina extra. So this was because Medina was conditioned. Okay, sorry, that was previously. I jumped back to the previous one. Let me come back to this ruling. So the package. So he will deserve everything, Ujratul Mithil for everything he did, if the hirer chooses to null the contract. So we will not give him 15, we will not give him 17. We'll give him 12 for whatever he did, because he broke the contract, he broke the package, and the hirer did not approve it. So taba'ad al-safaqa, partially fulfilled, other part was not fulfilled, the route was not fulfilled. But let's say he says, no, okay, khalas, you did the Hajj, let's give you the whole Ujrat al-Mithil, but give me that Medina segment back. So if he approves, then he has to give him agreed upon wages between them, 15,000 or 17,000. But tell him, but he will demand that those 2,000, give it back to me. So what will he be given here? 15,000. So if he nulls the sale, 12,000. If he approves, 15,000. 17,000, no, that 2,000, he will not get it here, not get it there. Because wherever Ujratul Mithil is, 12,000. If agreed upon, 15,000. Medina in it, 17,000. So this was all for our session today. Hope it was clear. If not, go back and review the audio. And inshallah, tomorrow, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we will do the ruling number 117 and the next ruling. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Akhiru da'wan, alhamdulillah.